counting down the minutes to the first pitch of today's game.
Yes!
Who's in the starting lineup?
Come on, son, you got to get out there and take the mound. It's game time.
What does the skipper have to say?
It's an attitude, you got to be willing to defend. You got to be willing to base run, or you can't play here.
It's the leadoff show powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook with Tommy Wortz on 1250 AM and 105.7 FM, The Fan.
Welcome into the leadoff show live from the 1250 AM, 105.7 FM, The Fan studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Tommy Wortz here with you, getting you caught up all things Brewers Blue Jays ahead of game number 2 today. Quinn Priester on the bump for Milwaukee, going up against Kevin Gausman of Toronto. 2:07. Why is that the start time from Rogers Center in Toronto, Ontario, Canada? Game number 137 on the season. Jackson Chourio reinstated from the 10-day IL. Brandon Lockridge optioned down to AAA Nashville. More news after the rest of the lineup.
Looking up, and it is gone.
It's almost time for the first pitch. Let's see who's in today's starting lineups. Brought to you by Lakeland University. Experience it your way. Visit lakeland.edu. It's the leadoff show powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on 1250 AM and 105.7 FM, The Fan.
Thanks again to Lakeland University for being a part of the leadoff show. Experience it your way, lakeland.edu. The lineup for Toronto first, leading things off in left field. It'll be George Springer. Batting second, Addison Barger, the third baseman. Batting third, the DH, Vlad Guerrero Jr. Bo Bichette will bat cleanup, play shortstop today. Alejandro Kirk, the catcher, will bat fifth. Nathaniel Lucas, the right fielder, will bat sixth. Ty France at first base bats seventh. Andres Jimenez, the second baseman, to bat eighth. Miles Straw rounds things out. He is the center fielder, batting ninth. Now for the Milwaukee Brewers, Bryce Terang at second base will lead things off. Jackson Chourio returns and will play center field, bats second today. Christian Yelich, the DH, bats third. William Contreras is catching, batting fourth. Sal Frelick in right field will bat fifth. Andrew Vaughn, the first baseman, to bat sixth. Isaac Collins in left field bats seventh today. Caleb Durbin, the third baseman, will bat eighth. Rounding things out for the Crew, the shortstop, batting ninth, Andrew Monasterio. Well, an exciting day in sports in general. The college football season back in full swing. Texas, Ohio State playing right now as that game is 7-0 as the third quarter just beginning. And the Milwaukee Brewers go to Toronto and take on the best record in the American League and dominate yesterday. A fantastic performance and some good news that comes with the club today. Jackson Chourio, as we said, reinstated from the 10-day IL. Brandon Lockridge optioned down to AAA Nashville. I feel for him on that. I don't think he did anything that made his stay with Milwaukee earn a spot back to Nashville, but kind of just too many cooks in the kitchen. It was a little crowded in the outfield, and the corresponding move to bring in, obviously, the outfielder Jackson Chourio. Brandon Lockridge comes back. Robert Gasser reinstated from the 60-day IL, option to AAA Nashville. Oliver Dunn designated for assignment. So Ollie Dunn has to clear waivers yet again through the AAA roster this time, not just from going back down to the major league or from the major league roster. Brewers' magic number now to clinch a berth in the postseason is at 11. It is August 30th, the postseason number 11 now for Milwaukee as they're 84-52, 6.5 game lead in the National League Central. Best record in baseball by 5 games, and now 20-8 in the month of August. 10th time in franchise history that the team has won 20 or more games in a calendar month. First time since September of 2019. The franchise record of 21 wins was back in 1978 and August of 2011. Brewers, a chance to do that, right? I think there's 31 days in August. It always feels like there should be 30, but there is 2 more games left in the month of August for the Milwaukee Brewers. It is the leadoff show. Tommy Wortz here with you, getting you caught up all things Brewers, Blue Jays. But the only way they could get to 20 was taking care of business yesterday. How did it all go down? We'll go through it on the Rewind.
Did you miss the last game? Did you miss what was said after the last game? It's time to rewind. It's the Leadoff Show, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on 1250 AM and 105.7 FM, The Fan.
Freddie Peralta going up against Shane Bieber of the Toronto Blue Jays, and it was a pitcher's duel for the first 5 and change innings of this game. Freddie Peralta, 6 innings, 1 hit, 8 strikeouts, just 1 walk yesterday. Shane Bieber, 5 1/3, 5 hits, 2 earned runs, 6 strikeouts. He was cruising through 5 innings and no runs on the board for either team. You thought, again, we're going to see not a lot of offense in this game. That was until the 6th inning when Andrew Monasterio would get the scoring started.
Monasterio into left field. That's got a chance. It is up. It is out of here. Andrew Monasterio stays hot. He knocks one out of here off Shane Bieber, and the first run of the game comes in the 6th inning tonight.
4th homer of the season for Monasterio, as the Brewers would be up 1-0 with that leadoff homer in the 6th. The Brewers were not done in the 6th inning. However, Bryce Terang would single right after Mona just hit the homer. Christian Yelich draws the walk. 2 men on, and Andrew Vaughn is at the plate to get his first RBI of the day.
And Vaughn on the ground. That's going to get through. Here comes Terang. He'll try to score. Throw comes in from left, cut off, and Andrew Vaughn delivers. 2-0 Brewers.
2-0, not nearly the end of the 6th inning. Caleb Durbin later on picking up on the action.
And into right center, a base hit. Here comes Yelich. Caleb Durbin with 2 outs and 2 strikes. An RBI single. It is 3-0 Milwaukee.
3-0. Next man up was Isaac Collins. Why not 2 more come around?
Collins, a line drive. That is down fair. A base hit. It goes for extras. In to score is Vaughn. Here comes Durbin. He's in.
5-run inning for Milwaukee in the 6th, and they would lead 5-0. They got a little bit off of Shane Bieber, 2 earned runs for Bieber. Louis Varland ended up coming in to finish that 6th inning. In the 7th, Milwaukee not done there. They picked up an RBI from a Christian Yelich ground out after Bryce Terang singled and William Contreras doubled prior to that. And Andrew Vaughn picking up where he left off in the 6th, in the 7th inning.
And Vaughn, little flare to right. That's going to fall, a base hit. Contreras was off with a crack of the bat. He will score. And Vaughn with another RBI.
Andrew Vaughn ended up with a big day, 3 hits yesterday for Milwaukee. In the 7th, as Aaron Ashby would come in, gave up a 2-run single with 2 outs in the 7th inning. That would conclude the scoring as Abner Uribe came in, closed things out in the 9th inning. 7-2 the final. Freddie Peralta picks up his major league leading 16th victory, 16-5 on the year now. Shane Bieber 1-1 now with a member of the Toronto Blue Jays. Freddie Peralta in the month of August has been unreal. He is 4-0, a .32 ERA in that time, 28 innings of work. Opponents just hitting 117 off Freddie Peralta, 1 earned run in that entire month of August. Freddie Peralta well on his way to being the National League Pitcher of the Month.
Who is the MVP of the last game for the Crew? Who stood out the most? Let's find out. It's the Leadoff Show, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on 1250 AM and 105.7 FM, The Fan.
Read off Freddie Peralta's stat line for you guys. 6 innings of work for Freddie as he gave up just 1 hit, no earned runs, 8 strikeouts in the game. Andrew Vaughn had 3 hits for the Crew yesterday, 2 runs driven in. Isaac Collins 2 for 3 with 2 RBI as well. And how about Andrew Monasterio? He's batting .284 this year. His OPS is .839. Batting .326 on the road. Who would have thought out of Mona, of all people. When Joey Ortiz goes down, Andrew Monasterio making things interesting. But you got to give the MVP to Freddie. We were talking about him at the end of the segment with Drew Wagner yesterday. Kind of just expecting a little more, even though he's having a fantastic season. I mean, this guy's top 3 in NL Cy Young voting easily right now. And he showed it yesterday with 6 innings of work, 8 strikeouts, just 1 hit for Freddie Peralta. MVP yesterday, Freddie Peralta. Here he is speaking to the media after the game.
In the American League, how did you want to navigate it?
Our plan today was just to attack them, but knowing that they are dangerous and in general they kind of know the song really well. And my plan was just make my pitch and execute it, and then miss it. Exactly what we did today.
What about just bouncing back after that long 3rd inning?
When I get out of that inning, I knew that my pitch gonna get a little high, and I was just trying to get some contact early and get some outs quick in the 4th, and it worked in the 5th as well. So I plan to do, and it worked really well.
Freddie, how much of a lift is it to see Mona start off that inning now with the homer and see the offense get going?
It's really good and fun, Now he thinks that he's a homer guy now. But I'm really happy for him, and he gave us the lead. So it's really important for me, especially today, how Bieber was looking. He was looking sharp, and we were both like putting zeros together, and it was huge when I saw that run. For me, it makes me feel a little more comfortable in the moment.
So a 5-run lead too. How much does that free you up to use everything and use your best stuff?
It was a really long inning as well, and I was a little worried, because the weather it was a little cold, and I did my stuff to keep moving and all that. But that when you have, as a pitcher, when you have 3 or more runs, a lead or 3 or more runs is great, and it gave us more space. I remember that Contreras told me, "Hey, we gotta attack them here as quick as we can, because we don't want to get in trouble after that long inning. Like, let's take advantage of that," and we were able to do it.
Freddie, when you see the starter on the other side kind of really match you pitch for pitch, how much added motivation does that give you?
It does add motivation, and I like when I have those guys on the other side. It makes me like better, I think, and more competitive. And I know everybody lock in, because we know that you're gonna have somebody there that is gonna be giving the best, and that's what we saw today.
Freddie, sellout crowd, really good team, maybe the best team in the American League. On the other side, did that one have a playoff feel tonight for you?
Yeah, I think yes. And it's really fun to pitch here, and the energy that you feel is incredible and awesome. Something that me personally, I enjoy those moments. No matter the results that we get, but I enjoy those moments when you feel the crowd like that.
Yeah.
Do you know the streak that you're on?
Sorry?
Do you know the streak that you have?
I don't know. I don't check numbers,
Come on, Mike.
Do you know the August that you have?
Nope, not really.
You want to
I'm
know?
being honest.
Do you want to know?
I keep it there. It's okay. We're winning. That's all we need.
Okay. Well, 16.
Oh, yeah. I know the 16.
Thanks, Freddie.
There is Freddie Peralta speaking to the media after the game. That audio courtesy Todd Rosiak on Twitter. It is the leadoff show. Tommy Wortz here with you, catching you up all things Brewers, Blue Jays ahead of game number 2. Quinn Priester going up against Kevin Gossman of the Toronto Blue Jays. After the game was over, the manager, Pat Murphy, speaking about the environment, and you heard at the end right there that they asked Freddie, did it feel like a playoff game? Place was jumping in Canada for game number 1 between the Brewers and the Blue Jays. Pat Murphy commenting on it as well when he spoke to the media.
What a great environment. What great fans. What a great venue. Yeah, this is really impressive place. Obviously, I feel better about it after the game.
Ask Freddie that. Did it have a playoff feel tonight?
I think it did. Yeah, it really did. Freddie was magnificent, wasn't he?
Yeah.
I told him every game he wins like this, I tell him, Freddie likes real estate. I said, Freddie, you just bought another house for yourself. He laughs about it, but he probably did. He's been magnificent, and the way he navigated, and him and William worked together, and it's just so great to see him. From 2018, his first outing, to see what he's doing now it's just fantastic. And yeah.
Murph, what about just he had that long third inning, and then he gets the lead, but the quick innings that he had after that.
Yeah, and after the 2 pitching changes in whatever inning we scored the runs in, and then he comes back onto the mound with like a 30-minute rest or 30-minute break, and still gets him out, and he gets the meat of the order out. Really impressive maturity. Like that's a pitcher. Freddie's not just throwing the ball with great extension and great lift on his fastball. He's pitching, and Williams helping him, and kind of the jockey of the horse. You know what I mean? And it was pretty special to watch. And our offense was good all night. I mean, we barreled balls all night, and just stayed after it.
How about Mona and just how he's taking advantage
great.
of his opportunity?
He's been great. He feels the love from his teammates. You know what I mean? Like they mess with him more than I mess with Sal. Did we see Sal's unnecessary dive again? Everybody else catches that ball on his feet, and he dives again, trying to get more votes in the Gold Glove. It's just over and over. And then Terang plays right field for the last 2 innings, catches every ball in right field, right? Sal doesn't even go for him anymore. I asked Sal, do you play just part of right field? But anyways, Mona's been, God, he's been so good. And everybody's so happy. He feels the energy. Everybody's so happy for this kid. He was in AAA most of the season, and then to get called up and do so well. Now that Joey's hurt, it's just beautiful. Yeah, happy for him.
The last 2 games in Arizona, you guys had tons of opportunities, and we're just missing that big hit. Did tonight feel more like
what were we?
Offense?
It was way more woodpeckerish. What do we do with runners in scoring position today?
It was 4 for 10. It was 4 for 8 last time I looked. So.
Yeah, 4 for 10. So send that back to who's the other guy that writes for us?
Kurt?
That was all over me about it. Yeah, like it was a personal thing. Things change. Tell Kurt. Just tell him that.
There is Pat Murphy speaking to the media after the game yesterday, calling out Kurt Hogue, Milwaukee Journal Sentinel there as well. Brewers with runners in scoring position, as you heard Pat Murphy, 4 for 10, 2 for 3 was Andrew Vaughn. Collins 1 for 1 in that scenario. And as well, Caleb Durbin 1 for 1 when he had runners in scoring position. It is the leadoff show. Tommy Wortz here with you, 1250 AM, 105.7 FM, The Fan. Make sure you guys checking out the YouTube stream as well, youtube.com/@thefanmilwaukee. Make sure you use that @ sign. That is @thefanmilwaukee on YouTube. And after as well, this guy is, I'm convinced that Andrew Vaughn just might be a little bit crazy, maybe in a good way. And maybe that's positive for the Brewers. I think that some people were worried about what he was coming down to. I mean, he was on a whole different planet, it felt like, when he was really hot the first month or so for the Milwaukee Brewers. But Vaughn this year now with Milwaukee, after the 3 hits yesterday, back up to a .299 batting average, an .878 OPS in 43 games for the Crew, 47 hits for Andrew Vaughn in that same time, and 40 RBIs. He spoke to the media afterwards as well. Here is Andrew Vaughn after the win.
Shane Bieber, and then as you guys were able to get deeper into the bullpen.
Yeah, that was a huge swing by Mona. I mean, Bieber's showing a great game against us, giving up no runs, a couple of hits. That was huge. It was a big swing, and, the excitement from it was awesome. Kind of got the boys going tonight, which was cool.
Yeah, you're getting to know Mona, right, over the last month, but how has he taken advantage of the opportunity, and then how that sparks everybody else?
Yeah, it's been huge. I mean, at first he was coming off the bench, having some phenomenal at-bats, and, with J.O. going down, getting to play. I mean, he's doing it. It's been awesome.
you have a lot of experience against Beaver. Do you think he's looking like the old Beaver before the surgery? This is just a second start back, I think.
I mean, yeah, his stuff looked pretty good. Give it to him. He threw the ball well tonight. But it's always good to see guys come back from injury. I know that's the toughest thing in baseball.
How about the atmosphere tonight? Sellout crowd, everybody was into it. Did it have a playoff feel, do you think, the game to it?
Yeah, it really did. The one time I was in the playoffs, that's what it felt like. The buzz around the stadium, the excitement, seats were filled. So it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Does tonight feel like you guys kind of got more on track offensively just after kind of the last 2 days against Arizona?
Yeah, I think those clutch hits came in today. Against Arizona, we were getting guys out there, but not getting them in. And I feel like tonight we did that job.
Straight and to the point, Mr. Andrew Vaughn. Again, Todd Rosiak, that sound from the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel. All highlights, and Pat Murphy, of course, courtesy FanDuel Sports Network. Coming up here on the leadoff show, we will talk to Austin Herdina over at the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Get you some of the best bets if you want to get any action on today's game. Quinn Priester versus Kevin Gaussman, Game 2 from the Rogers Center in Toronto. Coming up later on, about 20 minutes or so, Drew Wagner will join the program. Forbes Sports, pick his brain about yesterday and today's game between the Brewers and the Blue Jays. All of that and more coming up here on the leadoff show, live from the 1250 AM, 105.7 FM The Fan Studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook.
Looking up, and it is gone.
It's almost time for the first pitch. Let's see who's in today's starting lineups. Brought to you by Lakeland University. Experience it your way. Visit lakeland.edu. It's the leadoff show powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on 1250 AM and 105.7 FM The Fan.
Welcome back to the leadoff show. Tommy Wortz here with you, getting you caught up all things Brewers Blue Jays, live from the 1250 AM, 105.7 FM The Fan Studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Before we get over to Austin Herdina of the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Brewers lineup again for you if you missed it earlier in the show. Bryce Terang at second base to lead things off. The return of Jackson Churio to the center field position. He'll bat second. Christian Yelich, the DH, will bat third. William Contreras is catching, batting fourth today. Sal Frelick in right field will bat fifth. Andrew Vaughn at first base will bat sixth. Isaac Collins in left field bats seventh today. Caleb Durbin, the third baseman, batting eighth. Andrew Monasterio, the shortstop, rounds things out. He will bat ninth for the Crew.
At the wall, looking up. See you later.
Let's get the latest on today's odds for the game. What's the best way to go? Let's check in with our expert from the Potawatomi Sportsbook to find out. It's the Leadoff Show, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on 1250 AM and 105.7 FM, The Fan.
Joining the show now, as he does each and every day, you can find him over at the Potawatomi Sportsbook because he's the manager of the Potawatomi Sportsbook on the Fan Guest Hotline, powered by Gruber Law. Austin Herdina joining us now on the Leadoff Show. Mr. Herdina, how are we today, my friend?
Oh, very good. Very busy day at the Sportsbook today. It's very fun, though.
Yeah, a college football kickoff. Is it packed over there? A lot of action going on?
Yeah, it's we got just about every seat in the building here is taken, and got people standing around watching as well. The bar's hopping. The crowd is every time there's a good touchdown in the game or something, the crowd's getting up and cheering. It's fun.
Yeah, that's awesome. Good game going on between Texas and Ohio State. 7-0 last I checked. Arch Manning just threw an interception as well. Ohio State will have the ball. And on top of it, if you stay, you can watch the Brewers because they're playing the best team in the American League as of yesterday. Now, Detroit technically tied with Toronto, but the Brewers taking care of business yesterday, and that's the only reason why the Blue Jays are there, Austin.
Yeah, we got through with the parlay for the people yesterday.
We did again. Yeah, I know. All you do is throw out heaters, man. All you do.
If they can hit a couple of those a week, you're going to do all right.
Yeah, it was great. It was great. And Freddie looked awesome. Plus, like you said, you had Caleb Durbin to get a hit, and the Brewers took care of business on the money line.
Yeah, we had that big inning. I think it was 5 runs in the 6th, was it?
Yep, correct.
Yeah, I mean, it's just you love when you got innings like that where you can just put together, you bat through the order pretty much.
23rd time this year the Brewers have put up 5 or more runs in an inning. That is the most in Major League Baseball.
That is incredible.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I'm excited. I mean, this Brewer team, we were playing the top team in the American League, and we beat them yesterday, and now we got today, and I think today's going to be a tough one for us. I was looking at Blue Jays. They haven't lost back-to-back home games since around the All-Star break. So it's been a while for them.
Been a while, and that shows on the betting lines, courtesy of the Potawatomi Sportsbook today. Austin, Blue Jays -139 on the money line today, +1.5 will get you -190 on the Brewers today, and the over/under set at 8.5. Are you thinking Blue Jays today, Austin?
You know what? I am. I don't do it very often where I go against the Brewers, but I think this Blue Jays team is pretty good. Brewers are not as hot as they were at the beginning of the month. But I think, I'm going to take the Blue Jays on the money line today. And then I'm going to do a little cross-sport parlay for the people today.
Oh, okay.
I like Florida State +14 against Alabama this afternoon.
Wow. All right.
It is Alabama, they're a top 10 team. Florida State has not been the kind of team they used to be. But I feel like their recruiting classes have been some top-notch recruiting classes. They're getting a lot of guys in the portal. It's a home game. I think the crowd there in Florida State is going to be really good. Getting 14, we're just asking them to stay in the game.
Yeah.
Blue Jays on the money line, Florida State +14, +230 today.
+230, courtesy of the Potawatomi Sportsbook, with a little college football sprinkle in there as week 1 kicking off now. Florida State to cover 14 against Alabama, and Brewers money line +230, courtesy of the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Austin, what else is going on over at the Potawatomi Sportsbook? I looked up today. Am I missing this wrong? There are no pay-per-views till October 4th for UFC. Is that correct?
Yeah, there's no UFC today. But I'll tell you what, 2 weeks from now, we got a big boxing pay-per-view.
Oh, what do you got coming up?
We got Canelo Alvarez.
Yeah.
He's been a pretty big-name boxer for quite a while.
Yeah.
He's facing Terrence Crawford.
Yeah, that'll be a good one.
Yeah, it's very good. We got that on the night of the 13th, and it's same night as a UFC event as well. It's just not one of the pay-per-view events.
Right.
But yeah, next pay-per-view for UFC, I think, is 2 of them in October. None in September, but 2 in October.
And the October 4th card is stacked. I think it's Pereira fighting. I know Yuri is in the undercard. And I think it's Corey Sandhagen versus someone too.
But against Marab.
Yeah, against Marab on that. So I knew it was a pretty good card. It's a stacked card, October 4th. If you want to make a reservation, how do you do that to get there on October 4th there, Austin?
So we're going to have that reservation for that coming up soon. And we like to go about 4 weeks ahead of time. Is generally what we've been doing. So we should have that up probably next week sometime.
Perfect.
But you go to Potawatomi.com, you go to the Sportsbook tab, and you click on reservations. So if you want to come in for week 1 of NFL next week, or maybe you want to come in for Saturday college football, it can be really anything. Just head to Potawatomi.com and choose your table and come on in and enjoy the games.
Is the Charles Oliveira event coming up again too pretty soon here, Austin?
Where he is coming to our property?
Yes.
September 21st.
Nice. Yeah, I remember that.
I don't have a ton of information yet. As soon as when it gets closer, I'll have more.
Okay.
But I know we plan on doing some sportsbook giveaways. We got some T-shirts that are going to be signed by him.
Perfect.
That we're going to give away. It's going to be exciting to have someone that has been such a staple in the UFC. We've been having a lot of people like that come here lately, so it's exciting to have him come.
Okay, perfect. I'll make sure to follow up with you on that when you got some more information. Didn't mean to put you on the spot, but I just remembered. I was like, I think that was September. I want to get the people knowing about it. September 21st, you just said, right? That was what it is? Okay, perfect. Austin Herdina joining us from the Potawatomi Sportsbook here on the Leadoff Show. His parlay for the people today. He's taking the Blue Jays on the money line and sprinkling in college football for week 1, plus 14 on Florida State, plus 230, courtesy of the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Austin, have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much, my man. And, of course, go Brewers.
Thanks for having me.
There he is, Austin Herdina over at the Potawatomi Sportsbook, jumping off the Fan Guest Hotline, powered by Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Nobody likes them.
Craig Counsell returning to American Family Field.
We all want to see them lose.
It's not my job to tell people how to feel about something, or even to figure it out. Let people feel how they want to feel, and I'm good with that, and I think it doesn't have to be all positive.
It's time to eye up the enemy for today's game. It's the Leadoff Show, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on 1250 AM and 105.7 FM, The Fan.
Eye on the enemy, another segment we like to do right around this time here on the Leadoff Show, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Brewers, Blue Jays. Wanted to bring this stat up just because it's a fun one. Doesn't really pertain to today's game all the way. We'll get to that point, don't worry. But, since 2022, the Brewers are 98-54 during interleague play. That is the best in the major leagues. 24-16 this year in interleague play, and 12-2 in their last 14 games against the American League. Milwaukee been showing out whenever they had to go across the league, this time across the border to Toronto. Looking at some of the matchups today, Kevin Gossman pitching against the Milwaukee Brewers. And some experience in the lineup, some not so much either. Bryce Terang, who's leading off today, 0 for 3 in his career off of Gossman. Christian Yelich with the most experience, 11 ABs, has just 2 hits off Kevin Gossman in his career. Andrew Vaughn, though, 3 for 9, has a homer. He's done well against Kevin so far. And Andrew Monasterio, 1 for 3. Those are everyone in the lineup with some experience, as Contreras is also 0 for 3, 3 strikeouts in his career against Kevin Gossman. Quinn Priester is what I want to look at today, specifically for this Eye on the Enemy. George Springer's having a fantastic year, 1 for 2. Vlad Guerrero, 1 for 3. Andres Jimenez, the only man with a homer against Quinn Priester. He's 1 for 3 as well in his career. And Quinn Priester has 1 outing against Toronto in his major league career. That was back with Pittsburgh last season. He went 4 2/3, 4 earned runs, 8 hits in that game, struck out just 3. But this is a whole different Quinn Priester, it feels like now, for Milwaukee, as he is going for, again, his 11th consecutive winning decision. He's been on the no decision watch for a little bit now. I think it's 3 straight games. Yes, 3 straight games. The Brewers have won, but a no decision was issued towards Quinn Priester. The Brewers still have not lost a game in which Quinn Priester has pitched in since the 24th of May. It is August 30th, people. Quinn Priester continuing to do his thing, and the Brewers continuing to play well when he is on the mound. Looking for that today. If he can get that 11th straight winning decision, it will be a franchise record. He's tied with Chris Bosio and Cal Eldred, both doing that back in 1992.
The key to building a winner in baseball is a strong minor league system. Who are the names we should know? How did they play in their last game? It's time for Building a Winner, powered by Ironworkers Local 8. Apply today at IWL8.org and join the Brotherhood building Milwaukee's skyline. It's the leadoff show powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on 1250 AM and 105.7 FM, The Fan.
Yes, time for another Building a Winner feature presented by Ironworkers Local 8. Thanks again to Ironworkers Local 8 for being a part of the leadoff show all season long. And we've been keeping an eye on the minor leagues all year, right? And it's kind of been the same theme, it feels like. There's a lot of great farm prospects for the Brewers, but they all seem kind of far away. Well, maybe one isn't as far away as you think. Let's get to AAA.
Nashville Sounds.
Nashville yesterday picks up the 5-4 victory over the Charlotte Knights. That is the White Sox AAA affiliate. The big storyline is Rhys Hoskins, as he's been on his minor league rehab assignments. He was 2 for 4 with a double and a run scored and a walk in the game for Nashville yesterday. 9 games on rehab assignment with Nashville. Hoskins is batting .314, has 4 doubles, 2 homers, and 4 runs driven in. Seems like he is ready to come back. Jefferson Cuero picking up a double yesterday again, and Cuero batting .281, has an .803 OPS, had 2 runs driven in yesterday. We talked about it with Drew Wagner when we were back at Brewski's, I think that was last Monday, and saying how if something happens at the catching position, like Cuero is going to get the call. He might. And Danny Jansen's kind of been underwhelming right now. I don't necessarily think that the Brewers would make the trade for him at the deadline and then move him around anywhere, but Cuero could get a shot. Would be interested if he's going to come up with the 28-man roster projections as well.
Biloxi Shuckers.
Biloxi yesterday, they had their game rained out. However, to continue on with AAA, Robert Gasser completed his longest outing, 5 innings of work, 4 earned runs, and threw 78 pitches. Biloxi today will have a doubleheader. Jaron DeBerry will pitch in a game for them, as well as make one up right after that. DeBerry 2-0 with a 1.5 ERA and 26 strikeouts so far in his time with the Shuckers.
Wisconsin Timber Rattlers.
Timber Rattlers yesterday lost 5-0 to the Quad City River Bandits. That's Kansas City's high A affiliate. Marco Dinges picked up a hit in the contest, but not a lot of positive notes. Other than that, no runs come across. This is the last 2 days, today and tomorrow. If you want to go watch the Wisconsin Timber Rattlers, Jesus Made, Marco Dinges, Luis Pena, that's my guy for sure. If you're going to go watch them, like today or tomorrow, that's all you got left to go see the T-Rats.
Carolina Mudcats.
Mudcats are wrapping things up. This is their second to last series. They lost yesterday, now a game back in the North Division of the Carolina League. And Eric Vitanti went 1 for 3. Jose Anderson 1 for 4, had a double in the game as well. Carolina enters the final 9 games of the season, 1 game back now of Fredericksburg for first place in the Carolina League second half standings. The division winner will secure a postseason berth, which would be the 3rd straight year for the Mudcats. Carolina and Fredericksburg have a 6-game series to close out the regular season that will begin on Tuesday. This Building a Winner feature presented by Ironworkers Local 8, building Milwaukee's future one beam at a time. Coming up, we're going to talk to Drew Wagner for Sports to get the inside information on Brewers and Blue Jays, as first pitch now just about 25 minutes away or so. It'll be Quinn Priester going up against Kevin Gossman. Live from the 1250 AM, 105.7 FM The Fan Studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. It is the leadoff show. Drew Wagner next.
Looking up, and it is gone.
It's almost time for the first pitch. Let's see who's in today's starting lineups. Brought to you by Lakeland University. Experience it your way. Visit lakeland.edu. It's the leadoff show powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on 1250 AM and 105.7 FM The Fan.
Welcome back to the leadoff show. Tommy Wortz here with you live from the 1250 AM, 105.7 FM The Fan Studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Before we get over to Drew Wagner, Forbes Sports, one more time, Brewers lineup in case you missed it. Bryce Terang at second base to lead things off. The return of Jackson Churio in center field. He'll bat second. Christian Yelich, the DH, will bat third. William Contreras is catching, batting fourth today. Sal Frelick in right field will bat fifth. Andrew Vaughn, the first baseman, to bat sixth. Isaac Collins in left field bats seventh today. Caleb Durbin, the third baseman, batting eighth. Rounding things out, the shortstop, Andrew Monasterio.
What's the latest on the crew? Let's go inside the clubhouse with Drew Wagner of Forbes Sports on the leadoff show, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on 1250 AM and 105.7 FM The Fan. Inside the clubhouse is brought to you by Focus Baseball. Join their fall mini camps at focusbaseball.com.
Joining the show now, as he does each and every day. You can follow his work at Forbes Sports and at The Fan Milwaukee. Follow him on Twitter at by Andrew Wagner. It is Drew Wagner joining us here on the leadoff show. Mr. Wagner, happy Saturday, my friend. How we doing?
How can the Brewers call up a guy that's only hitting 053 at AAA when they could have gone and gotten Eugenio Suarez?
Right,
Just
right.
Mind-boggling.
Makes no sense for Milwaukee to do that, Drew. Jackson Churio, while the rehab assignment maybe didn't go perfectly well for him, I expect him to be okay back when he gets with the big league club. But the corresponding move, Drew, like Brandon Lockridge, kind of stinks for him, right? I mean, he didn't do anything to play his way off of this team. Maybe just a little bit of a defensive liability at some times compared to who can play center field. But Jackson Chourio back with the team, that's going to help immensely, Drew.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's some much needed pop in the Brewers lineup. You're looking at the lineup today, and that's about as close to a playoff lineup as you can get without, maybe Joey Ortiz being out for injury. I mean, that's kind of how you expect them to line up come October. Getting Chourio back, even if he's not producing, just the threat of his power is going to change the way pitchers approach that lineup. He's a great defender, stolen base. I mean, he's just an all-around good damn ball player.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's a huge boost to get him back.
Huge boost indeed. Drew Wagner joining us here. And yesterday, Drew, the team just playing really good brand of Brewers baseball, right? I mean, they're 4 for 10 with runners in scoring position. Andrew Monasterio. I mean, you talk about Joey Ortiz coming back. I mean, has anyone stepped up bigger in a next man up mentality this season than Andrew Monasterio, Drew?
No, not at all. And you and I, we talked about this when Ortiz went on the IL, and it became clear that Mona is going to be the everyday option at shortstop. We looked at his numbers, and we said how on the surface they're unimpressive. But again, we only saw him in small doses. We only saw him getting the occasional spot start. We only saw him as a pinch hitter. We only saw him, as a defensive replacement. We've never seen him get extended playing time, day in, day out, knowing he's in the lineup, getting 4 at-bats a day. He's proven that he is a more than capable ball player and not any kind of liability. The guy has performed. He's stepped up. That whole next man up mentality that the Brewers talk about, he's epitomized it.
Yeah, has looked awesome the entire time since he's come in. An 838 OPS for Andrew Monasterio now in 2025. No one seeing that coming by any means. Drew, we yesterday, critical seems like a strong word, but yesterday we had almost challenged Freddie Peralta, and we had said he needed to get through 6 innings yesterday at minimum. He did that, looked fantastic, and now all of a sudden, Drew, he's probably a top 3 finisher in the NL Cy Young this year if he keeps this pace up, because his August was unconscious.
Yeah, he is really, I mean, again, we've talked about time and time again. He's pitched very well. The only thing that is keeping him from being one of the greats and talked about as such is his inability to be efficient and work deep. Yesterday was a good step forward. That was badly needed. He wouldn't normally be celebrating 6 innings, but in this case, you have to, because his starts have been so short. Yesterday was good. That was a really good step forward. Ashby struggled a little bit beyond him. All right, fine. But getting that 6 innings out of Freddie, hopefully that's the start. Hopefully that's just a stepping stone, because they need him to be a deep, powerful pitcher.
Drew, did you look at the game notes, I believe, from yesterday? Do you know the last time the Brewers had a pitcher win 17 games in a year? Freddie's at 16 off the top of your head?
Chris Capuano in 2000, I want to say, was it 5? The year 5 or 6.
You're not going to believe this. Zach Davies, which we've
That's right.
We've all tried to eliminate him from our brain anyway. But he won 17 games. I believe it was in 17 or 19 now off the top of my head. But when I saw that and read that yesterday, I mean, that's just another proof, though, that wins maybe a little bit of an overrated stat, but at least in Freddie Peralta's case, he's got the other numbers to back it up. Drew Wagner joining us here on the leadoff show. Let's talk a little bit about today's game, Drew. It's Quinn Priester on the mound. Do you remember the last time the Brewers lost a game in which he pitched in, Drew? Because it goes way far back at this point.
Yeah, it's been a hot minute, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Guy's just been incredible. I mean, he's had a couple of hiccups there along the way, which is to be expected, both in general and as a young pitcher. What he's been able to do since coming over in that very unpopular trade with the Red Sox. In fact, I vaguely recall someone in this very station suggesting the Brewers were an unserious franchise for such a move. He's going to kick our asses one of these days.
One of them, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Quinn Priester's been nothing but spectacular. I mean, what he did in terms of stabilizing the rotation at a time when they were desperate for starting pitchers, and what he's developed into is just phenomenal. I mean, he should. It's a shame that he's not a rookie anymore. That he had those stints with Pittsburgh and Boston, but for all intents and purposes, he's pretty much a rookie at this point. He should get at least a vote down ballot in the Cy Young Award.
Yeah, I mean, he's making his 20th start, 25th appearance on the air, just 24 years old, Quinn Priester. Last time the Brewers lost a game, May 24th, when he was on the mound. All of those 10 decisions in favor of Quinn Priester, plus on top of that, looks like 4 additional games. So I think they've won the last 14 games he has pitched in, which is just unheard of for any pitcher in Major League Baseball. But Drew, they got to go up against Gossman today. They did their work against Bieber yesterday, and it's because they were better with runners in scoring position. Did you hear Murphy yesterday call out our boy Stupid Kurt?
I heard about it. I haven't seen it yet, so fill me in.
Basically, Kurt, I guess, had brought up in postgame to him on the lack of success with runners in scoring position during that stretch. And then Pat Murphy at the end of it told Todd to go tell Kurt, hey, we fixed it. We're all back to normal now, which was just Pat Murphy obviously playing around, having fun. But it is a massive difference, especially if you're going to be a team that's not going to hit the home run ball as much, Drew. You got to take advantage with those runners in scoring position.
That's exactly it. And the Brewers have been good at that, all season long. That had been you brought the numbers up pretty much every show. The last, I'm going to say week, maybe 2 weeks, they've struggled a bit with it. Yesterday was a great step forward, and you're right. When you're not going out there and clearing the bases with one swing, like we talked about the Blue Jays, you have to cash in when you have those opportunities. You cannot leave runners stranded at second and third. You just can't do it, especially with one out. The thing that's fascinating to me is how well the Brewers do it with 2 outs. And you're my numbers guru, so I'll have you look that up for tomorrow. When they're cashing in, when they're just slapping those hits together, that's when the Brewers put up crooked numbers.
When there's runners in scoring position with 2 outs this year, the Brewers are batting .269. That is second best in all of baseball. .287 with runners in scoring position in general. That is tied for the best with the team they're playing today, the Toronto Blue Jays. I can think on my feet while you talk, Mr. Wagner. I know, but it has been a very good theme, and they had a really good run at it from, June 7th to August 14th, which probably elevated the numbers. But, I mean, at the end of the day, Drew, they still have the best record in baseball, and this is the second best record in baseball they're doing this against.
Yeah, and you know what? Yesterday was important, because you look at the pitching matchups in this series, and you figure Bieber is probably I don't want to sound condescending, but probably the weakest link of the 3 guys that Toronto's going to throw out there, right? So you go out there and you take game 1. All right, cool. Now you're in a position to win that series. If you steal one of these next 2, you're in really good shape. And listen, even if they lose this series, it's not the end of the world. It really isn't. You're going up against a really good team in their house. That's kind of how it goes. Your goal is always to win a series, and you're expected to dominate at home and try to play 500 on the road. The Brewers have exceeded that exponentially. I mean, what are they? They've won 29 of their last 39 road games, something like that.
Well, right now they're 20-8 in the month of August. If they were to sweep this series, Drew, win today and tomorrow, it's the most wins in a calendar month for Milwaukee in team history.
This team is just, I mean, every day we rattle off numbers and stats, and the first time since insert here.
Yeah.
It's mind-boggling to me because this team was not supposed to be doing this.
No.
And now if you tell that to anyone in the clubhouse, they'll say, well, to hell with you. We knew we could do this. Maybe not to this extent, but I said from the very beginning, this team came into spring training with a chip on their shoulder. They were pissed off. They felt like they should be playing deep into October last year. And were it not for one swing of the bat, they very well might have. It took them a little time to sort it out and figure it out and realize that if they wanted to build on the success they had to build last year, they had to go back to doing the things they did last year, and they did that. It is fascinating. It is incredible.
It's fun to watch.
It really is. And we nitpick, well, not you and me, because you and I are astute.
Yeah.
That people want to nitpick every loss, every slump, every strike, whatever. If you step back and look at the entire body of work this season, regardless of what's to come, regardless of what might or might not happen in October, this has been one of the most impressive seasons of Brewers baseball and franchise history. It's hands down, no doubt about it. This has been, for lack of a better word, special.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. They're talking about, their betting odds favorite to over under win total was 84.5. They could do that this weekend, Drew. They will beat that number. They're at 84 right now. You had said they're a 90 win team. That might have undersold this team. They could be a 100 win team if everything goes swimmingly at the end of the month. The best record in baseball. It's really not close. Still the only team with over 80 wins. They have 84 of them. Drew, thank you so much for jumping on today. We will do this again tomorrow, my friend.
Sounds like a plan, Tommy.
I'll see you in the morning. Your morning, at least. It'll be like 12:15 or something. But we'll pretend we're doing the show on Mountain Time tomorrow, all right?
That works.
There it is. Drew Wagner joining us on the Fan Guest Hotline, powered by Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
How does the Crew win today's game? Who needs to step up? Let's find out with the keys to the game. It's the Leadoff Show, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on 1250 AM and 105.7 FM. The Fan.
Keys to the game, what we do to finish every single leadoff show. Brewers, Blue Jays coming up. Quinn Priester versus Kevin Gossman. Would like to see Churio just come back, not miss a beat. You heard Drew Wagner talk about it. Did not have necessarily a great rehab assignment, but you wonder how serious he was taking the rehab assignment. Just wanted to make sure he was healthy. He's going to play center field today. Would like to see Churio pick up, an extra base hit today. Then we know he's back. Then we know he's all good. Everything should work out swimmingly. Keys to the game, Jackson Churio, extra base hit. That's going to do it for us here at The Fan. Make sure you guys are checking out all your favorite local programming here at The Fan, where you can listen back on the Odyssey app, but also watch back every single show streamed on YouTube. Go under the live tab. You can watch all the old shows, or if you want to just skip to some of the highlights, every interview posted on YouTube as well. That is youtube.com/@. Make sure you use the @ symbol, youtube.com/@ The Fan Milwaukee. Brewers, Blue Jays. Up next, it's the Leadoff Show live from the 1250 AM, 105.7 FM, The Fan Studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. And don't forget, send them home.